Hello, welcome back. It's so good to see you. My name is Tina, and this is Chemosin ASMR. So, I'm very excited about today's video because I've been holding on to something for about a week, and it has been driving me crazy. But I like to do things with you. So let me just tell you about it. So the other day, I don't know, the kids were hungry or something and they wanted sandwiches, but I was like, I don't want to buy all this stuff for sandwiches. It'll just be quicker, easier to go to Subway. So we went to Subway, and me and my son really like Subway. Emma likes Subway too, but she prefers, what is it, Jersey Mike's? I hate Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is not very vegetarian friendly with the toppings. So me and David went to Subway, and Emma and her dad went to Jersey Mike's, and then we all went back and ate. But when I was in Subway, me and David, we were walking out, and I saw something, and I said, oh my gosh, I can't believe this exists. So I have to make a video. So that video is what this is. Look at this. It's a newspaper, but it's titled The Subway Times. What? And look, it's volume 001. So it's their first edition. So this is going to be a thing. Is it going to be a weekly thing, a monthly thing, a quarterly thing? I don't know. I didn't read it at all. But it's not that big. It's only got 4 pages, but I figured, hey, we need to find out what's going on with Subway, right? Like, a sandwich company has a newspaper, the Subway Times. What? We need to know about what's going on. I mean, don't you need to know? Now that you know this exists, you're like, what could possibly be in this newspaper? Like, to me, it's gotta be, because it's at Subway and it's called the Subway Times. It's gonna be only like positive puff pieces, right? Because look at this. Okay, so it says volume 001 North America. So I wonder if they have, some in like Mexico or Canada. Like, where is Subway? Is Subway like a world thing? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. But then look how many stars that this gets. 5 stars? Really? The first edition? How? Okay, so it says welcome, delight, farewell. I don't know what that means, but I guess we'll find out together. We've got a big picture here. Everything, you've got the Subway colors, you've got the green and the yellow, but the picture, black and white. I guess to make it look more newspaperish. I don't know. But let's see. So this says Subway makes headlines. Of course it does. Of course it does. This is their newspaper. All right, so it says a fresh take on guest service. Subway, one of the world's largest quick service restaurant brands, is making news with a renewed focus on the guest experience, with nearly 37,000 restaurants in more than, oh wow, 100 countries. I guess it is a world thing. The brand is committed to serving up more than fresh food. It's delivering fresh moments that matter. Okay, I do have something to say about that. So the subway that me and David went to, I didn't really want to go to that subway, but it was pretty much right next to Jersey Mike's. So I was like, okay. And the reason why I didn't want to go to that subway is because they are so mean and rude at this subway. Like, I normally would never complain to a company, and I've never complained to Subway or anything. But every time I go to this one Subway, I hate it. They're so rude and mean. Like, and I don't know why. And what's interesting is when me and my son went in there this time, I went out back to the car and I got in the car and I was like, wow, they were so nice. And my ex-husband was like, what? And I was like, they're always so mean to me and rude every time I go in there. And this time they were so nice. And I was like, David, weren't they nice? He was like, yeah, because it was weird. Because even he was like, wow, they were nice. So I guess they mean it. They're gonna focus on guest experience because like that was the first time that I've been to that subway that I was like, wow, I like it here. I wanted to go to the other subway, but this one was closer and right next to Jersey Mike's. So, but yeah, I agree. They're doing better for sure. Why it's front page news. Today's guests have more dining choices than ever before. Oh my gosh, yes, we do. What will set Subway apart isn't just sandwiches, it's the way guests feel during their visit. I agree, because now I won't hate going to that Subway so much. Let's see. On the line, delivering better service, the Subway. That's cute. Okay. Our mission is to build a better Subway. Wait, our mission is to build a better Subway. Our vision is to deliver better to every guest every time. Did you know? Breaking fact. Breaking news. Da, 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 da. Guests form a first impression within 7 seconds. I think that's with everybody, actually. I'm pretty sure I've heard that fact just about everyone in general. You get a first impression of anyone within the first 7 seconds. That makes sense. So I agree with that. Field report. A positive first visit often sparks repeat business. That is 100% a fact. Guest perspective. Guests remember how they were treated long after they forget what they ordered. 100% fact. Yes, I agree. Okay, forecast 100% chance of memorable guest experiences with a fresh outlook every shift. Yeah, okay. Great guest service is just as memorable as great taste. I also agree with this. I agree. Let's flip it backwards so that it's easier for me. Okay, page 2. The Subway model unveiled. Oh my gosh, we're getting a behind the scenes look right now. Breaking news. Okay, let's see. It says in today's issue, this isn't a daily magazine or newspaper, is it? In today's issue, we break down the Subway model, a clear and actionable guide that delivers memorable guest experiences every time. Built around 3 focus points: welcome, delight, and farewell. The model gives every sandwich artist, fancy, the tools to create consistent, genuine, and guest focused interactions. Wouldn't the customer be the sandwich artist? Because we're the ones that design the sandwich, right? I don't know. Okay, we should add the subway model is not just a program, reports leadership. It's a shift in how we show up for our guests. How it works. The 3 focus points: welcome, eye contact, smile, and a genuine welcome to Subway. Why do I feel like I am at a Subway orientation meeting? Delight, make it right, make it special. Farewell, upsell, thank, and invite the guest to return. See, upsell, I feel like I'm, at a Subway meeting or something. Okay, and here are, it looks like, some examples of these focus points. So, underneath welcome, we have eye contact and smile. And just in case you don't really understand what that means, there's a little face right here that shows you exactly what a smile might look like if you don't understand. And then there's an eye, and it's open so that open your eyes and look directly at the customer. Not in a creepy way, but in a happy way. Look at the smile. Not Stepford Wives style, but okay, and then greet. And here's you. You can see that little person represents you. And it says, welcome to Subway. And that is something that you should say, apparently, if you work at Subway. So if you go into a Subway and they're not smiling or looking at you, or say welcome to Subway, oh my gosh, bad experience just headed your way. Okay. Delight, make it right. And if you're confused about what you're supposed to be making right, here's a picture. It's the sub. That's your main focus, is the sub. Make it special. And an example is like when you did good at school on a paper or something, or an assignment, your teacher would sometimes give you a gold star. And I'm shocked that they didn't make the star gold, or at least yellow. But you just get a regular star. But still, you get a star. So you gotta make it special. Make the customer feel like, wow, you're so amazing. Here's a gold star. And then farewell. Now, when you want to say goodbye, before you say goodbye, you want to upsell, because Subway still needs to be about that money, And then thank. You need to say thank you, see you soon, because you want them to return. If you just say thank you, they won't remember, wow, Subway exists and I want a sandwich. But if you say see you soon, that'll stick with them, and they will always return, because they're going to be like, wow, that sandwich artist, the sandwich artist, they said see you soon, so they're expecting me to come back. So you always return, because your local sandwich artist acknowledged you, so you can't let them down, right? Okay, it says welcome. Oh my gosh, they break it down even more. Wow. First impressions matter. Guests decide how they feel about Subway in the first few seconds. A warm smile and friendly welcome to Subway can turn a routine visit into a memorable one. Reporter's note. Okay, and that's a reporter. You can tell because this lady is holding a microphone. So, yeah. It says guests who feel welcome are more likely to come back. I agree with that, for real. Even shy team members can shine. A small smile and greeting go a long way. That is true. Guest experience notes. Welcome guests within 3 seconds. That's fast. Memorable service lasts long after the meal. And there's a forecast here. In the little sun, it says a brighter guest experience every shift. Oh, this is a special report. Do 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 do. You know, like in the news. Like, this customer is happy. Look how happy she is that she got her sandwich. Like, this is not what I look like when I get my sandwich. I'm not that happy. But let's read about the special report. Delighting guests and leaving a lasting impression. Going beyond expectations. Subway's delight focus point is all about making each order personal, fast, and memorable. By focusing on accuracy, freshness, and small touches, sandwich artists transform a simple meal into a standout experience. At the end of the visit, the farewell focus point ensures the guest leaves feeling cared for and appreciated. A friendly reminder about Sub Club, a warm thank you, see you soon, can turn a one-time guest into a loyal guest. I mean, I agree, because the last time that I went to Subway, it was completely different. They were very nice and sweet, and that's not the experience that I typically have at that Subway. So this is accurate. Okay, we're going into detail again about the delight and then the farewell. So it says, go beyond expectations. Make it right. Let's break that down. We need to stop, focus, listen, and confirm the order so that you make sure that that sandwich is right. Make it special. Personalize when possible. Suggest add-ons. Extend the delight beyond the sandwich line. Small gestures like remembering a regular's order or adding table touches feel special. What is table touches? What's that mean? I don't know. Now, why does this matter? A visually appealing sandwich shows care. Quick, accurate service builds trust. Small gestures like remembering a regular's order, they feel special. Okay, now farewell. Leaving a lasting impression. Upsell. Offer combos. Highlight Sub Club rewards. Are you part of Sub Club? I'm not. I don't go to Subway that often, you know. So I don't really know anything about Sub Club. I wonder if they'll tell you in here. That's something that should have been in their news thing. Think. Close with a thank you and invitation to return. Why it matters. Lasting impressions stick longest. A warm thank you expresses appreciation for choosing Subway. See you soon means their visit mattered and they're always welcome back. This could be for any company, really. Guests may forget their order. What? Guests may forget their order. Doubt that. But they'll never forget how you made them feel. Damien Harmon? I don't know. I'm guessing he's probably like the CEO or something like that. You know, someone that's never actually made a sub in their life. Oh my gosh, this is the fun part. Oh my gosh. Fun. Okay, this is the Subway Funnies. Think like a guest. Find 5 terms that matter most in their experience. Oh, we need a pen, and I have a pen. Okay. let's see. It doesn't give me the words, so I guess we'll have to find. It says 5 terms. 5. Can you guys see? I don't know if you can see or not, but I see greet. So yeah, greet and mm, oh, fast service. Uh, let's see. Hopefully all the words are like this or something, not backwards. It said 5. I don't know what the 5 words would be. I wish they would have told me. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see if there are any words up and down. All I can see is fast service and greet. Oh, friendly. Friendly service. That's 3. Are there any up and down words? You can probably see if you can see it. Accuracy. What else could it be? What else could it be? I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't know what I'm looking for, you know? I feel like there should be something in this area because it's very empty. I don't know. I wish you could tell me what I'm looking for. Or if you see it, you know. I guess. Oh, I found a word. Quality. Okay, so that's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. There are no words here either. So well, I guess it's a crossword, so you have to guess the word. All right. So down to, it says create a positive impression that sets the tone for the guest experience. Let's see what the other ones are. Across. One across is goal. End every visit with care, appreciation, and invitation to return. And then goal, give accurate, fast, and professional service that makes every. Are these the words? What are those words? Okay, one, the end. It's like the goodbye, but they called it something else. I think it was like, what was it? Farewell. Let's see if that's. I'm just fair. Well. So then 2 down. Positive impression. Is that the welcome? Welcome. My writing is usually better, but this is. Okay, and then the 3 across is give accurate. That's an L, so I think it was delight. Look at that. Oh my gosh, we're so smart. We're so smart. This is going to be an issue because look at all these. I'm not going to be able to. What? Okay, guest for, like, see, I do feel like I'm in orientation. They're like, if you can answer these, you got the job. Why welcome is important. Guests form opinions within 7 seconds. A warm welcome helps the guest feel acknowledged immediately and shows them they can expect better service. The subway. How would you greet these types of guests? Write your answers in the space provided. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. But I will tell you how I would greet them. So a new one would be like, oh my gosh, hi, welcome to Subway. It's so good to have you here. I've never seen you before. What would you like to eat? Blah, blah, blah. Tell me your stuff. You know, and a regular guest would be like, oh my gosh, Because if I worked at Subway, I would, if they came in a couple of times, I'd be like, what's your name? You come in here so many times, you know, like, what is your name? Because I do that with like, checkout people, like at Walmart, whatever. I know, if they're there a lot, I know their name, and that's how I greet them. Um, but a regular guest I would find out there, I'd be like, let's call him Dave. I'm like, oh my gosh, Dave, it's so good to see you. What are we thinking today? Do you want your regular, or are we gonna switch it up and make something new? What do you want to eat? And then a guest in a hurry, I'd be like, oh, hey, welcome. Let's see. Okay, what do you want? Blah, blah, blah. Have a good day. That kind of thing. Okay, it says circle the areas of the subway experience being demonstrated. Circle the areas? I don't know what that means. Circle the areas. I don't know, because this looks like the farewell. Like, I don't know if I would circle. And then I guess this is welcome because he hasn't made the sandwiches yet. And then this must be the delight. And you can tell because like he's smiling and this guy's smiling and the sandwich is almost completely, I don't know. Anyway, this is interesting. So, yeah. Weird, right? Like totally unexpected to see that Subway has started their own like little newsletter thing. Very interesting. Very weird video as well, I'm sure. Anyway, I guess I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.